Hey, Marie. First of all, I want to thank you. Seriously, 2 years. And at first, I want to get this out of the way in case if anybody's watching this other than Marie. One, you're probably the smartest person I know. And if everybody and I'm educated. Everybody's told you. Everybody that knows me can say, Anselin, that motherfucker knows what he's doing. But outside of that, for me personally knowing people, Marie's the smartest one. That's a given. She's highly intelligent, and she can drive a person crazy. So, first of all, I need to make sure that you see. There's probably most likely I'll need to address three issues. The first one right now that you're seeing is the first thank you to get me out of the country and what you're doing. There's the one issue of letting people know that who Marie is and what she's going through and what she's been through. And I admire her a lot. I love her as a person. I was in love with her for 5 long years. Know her more recent times. Not of her past of growing up from childhood to adulthood or teenage years, but know her as an adult and what she's achieved. So, with that being said, knowing this, she's probably has so many things on her mind that that's an issue that I'll address as we go along. Because I'm going to try to help when we come together on this issue of Marie's future. One, thank you for helping the issue of the release. But honey, it does not change the fact, this is the sad part. I deeply am thankful that you're willing to say, okay, I'm going to just drop everything. I have to do the same thing because, honey, it is very important that you understand the underlying situation between you and I. The issue is not what we know, it's what the government will do. I still want you, Marie, I still want you to still continue everything that you had done while we were together. Even though we're separated and no longer seeing each other, I don't like, me personally, I know you. You're right. Don't trust none of your friends. Don't play them as close as they play you. So make sure you do that. Because there have been friends like mine that go around us to talk shit or whatever. So you've always kept that in mind and you always known it, but I'm just reinforcing that mindset as far as friends go. And the ones that, you know. Okay, so the first thing, addressing the release. Yes, you can get that. Don't pay an attorney. You can actually just go to the courts. Just go in there. If you want me to help get the earliest date, because, but to be honest, you know more people inside the court. You have to go to 45 and request a quick hearing. And then, of course, you do your dialogue to get everything done. But that doesn't stop nothing. I have to be clear. It doesn't stop anything. What happens is it starts in motion of what's going to happen. In the end result, problem is, for me, it would take 1 year. Even after you take the steps, the first step, no cost is your time. So once you get that, and you get that, and we would need a minimum of 6 certified copies. A minimum of 6 certified copies. One for you personally on record, so you have it, because I want you to have it. Not just, I get it and just throw it away because it's over with. Don't do that. You have to have six of those certified copies by once you initially initiate it. Then Here's, if you let it go from there in the process, through the process, then without having your assistance on the second step, the second step is critical. The first step is your time going in, giving testimony. The second step is complicated because if we don't do anything, I have to leave shortly, so I don't have too much time. So I want you to watch all, if possibly, total of 3 videos. But this is addressing what will happen once you initially go in. You go in, you go do it, get it removed. That's only at the court level. It does not pertain to what will happen years down the line if you just let it go. And that has an effect on both of us. Because both governments are still viewing us without them telling us. I know this because the people on the U.S. side had been communicated by, of course, we have a problem in the U.S. With entrance and people incoming and going, and people coming and never leaving. So now you got all this stuff that's going on in the U.S., and they're starting to actually like a lotto on interest cases. And then we threw up a red flag by what we gone through. And by putting this ourselves, both sides. I'll accept blame of what happened, and go from there. Other than that, it's where it is. But my concern is what would length of time. That time still comes at the end of what you do in 45, that the process is not over. That's the problem. Yes, it'll be removed. I can't be here more than just, I have to leave. There's no choice but to leave because it's racking up penalties and overstay fees. I couldn't play catch up. There was just no way. Not fight. That's my own. I tried. You drove me crazy. But it still didn't matter. I didn't, as much as I wanted to come knock at the door and start shit, no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't interrupt your life. I can only interrupt your life now. So hopefully you calm down and still not mad. But we can think about our future. And I am always thinking about it, just like you are. And I know I can do the best, be the best, with somebody as smart as you. So, Marine, just because you do that, that's cool, grateful, but it still has a long process. If we let it go through their regular course, and it doesn't affect me, it doesn't help me out at all. It only helps me out at your level, within the district level, which we consider barangay, province, whatever it is. But you know what I'm saying. It only helps at the district level, not on the federal and state level, or state and federal level, that I consider. Once that's done, it goes through a lengthy process of all the departments being made aware. You know as well as I do that the Philippines does not just, it's over with, but they pick up a phone call. No. They send a document to each one of the departments. And then when will they actually, read it, and then, clear it, erase it or whatever? And I'd venture to say 6 months. 3 to 6, if we let it go that course. But it still does not remove any complications at the immigration. And that's on both of us. Maybe we can be arrogant and we can be upset. This doesn't work like that. Yeah, it does. I went to actually the commissioner's office, and thank God they listened to me and didn't, and I'm not here on the shoot 'em up, bang bang, or smoking drugs or anything. They realized it was a relationship, and they didn't want to put me in prison or jail due to the situation. So I'm thankful for that. But what they told me is the process. And I got a brain cell and you're smart. What they'll do, because they notified both governments, it just doesn't happen on one, but they notify both. Both governments are being sarcastic toward each other. I find out the truth that the embassy, United States, only sanctioned you. I find out that the Philippines government only sanctioned me. Both governments are truly at that level of disagreement or whatever. It doesn't matter. But it does matter to me to let you know what happened. And that's important because I don't want that to happen to you. I still want you to be able to do everything that you were doing. It was cool. It used to make me mad, but you're not a has-been. You're not a has-been woman. Don't give me the age, because look at me. Don't use the age. You're better than that. You'll do more than most 20-year-olds will do in the next. If we work this out, you'll do more than most people will ever do. And I know you. You've seen all 7 wonders of the world. Most people at your age never even seen 2, 3. But I don't want that to stop. It's not Marie. It's not Marie sitting around. Yeah, I understand the medical, your vertigo. I know it. I know how you handle it, and I wish I was there to help you out, but I'm not. But on that level, you have to understand that what's going on is we need to be aware of what our actions had occurred and what, once it was in the system, and the system had brought to the government sanctions me. U.S. finds out, they sanction the situation overall. That's what we do not need, because both would deny what occurred, but put in place penalties or whatever. So the deal with that is, I ask you, yes, go ahead and do that. I pray today, by the time that you hear this in the next 24 hours, hopefully you'll understand that I will have to depart the Philippines once that occurs. I'm trying not to let none of the governments know that I've gone. I don't want them. I'll have to let the immigration know, because they're going to escort me to the airport and physically board me onto the plane. That's okay. But I do not want the United States to be questioning the situation that had occurred, because it does us no good. Especially going abroad, dealing with other countries and stuff like that. I need you to be aware that we need to defuse, if you consider this, to defuse it before it escalates. Because once I touch on U.S. soil, I don't want it. I got to avoid any questions by any our State Department. If I can do that and still have your support, and we clear our names to even being questioned, because you and I hold the key to any sanctions or anything that's done by each one of the government. Your government can't do nothing without you. My government can't do anything without me. So if we end this, they have nothing. They have nothing. There's nothing they can do. Our laws protect me. I go up in them motherfucking offices and tell them, well, what the fuck you want? What are you saying? What do you got? They can't touch me. No. You are the same way with your country. You'll go in these offices and say, it's over. That shit's done. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? So if we can avoid those questions later, Later, I'm talking about later, because it's not gonna fix now. I got too much short time. I've already signed it. Fuck it. I lost. No problem. Thank God you didn't throw me in prison. You know. But then I did not foresee Marie. I did 50-50. I was 50-50 because I know Marie's smart. And she knows that, hey, if I can get this Antoine idiot to agree with what I want, I gain everything that I had prior to him. And that's what I'm giving you. If you agree to really take a look at the situation on what's occurring. Because I do not believe Marie wants to sit around the Philippines. The woman for the last 5 years traveled the whole goddamn world. Not to say that you're not going to later, but I think I have to make you aware that once I touch on U.S. soil, we're linked. I got to avoid any questions about you. I got to, you know what I'm saying? So, please, bottom line is, consider to address the courts first. Second, you get 6 certified copies. Here's what's going to take your time. It has to be brought to the commission and withdrawn at the commission level, because the commission is only addressing one thing. Wasn't addressing the case, but addressing the report. Go figure. Which was cool, because now it's just withdrawal from the report. If the report is removed, no government, neither one can say anything about us. Neither one. U.S. can't say shit. Can't ask me, hey, what happened? No, I mean, what the fuck? Don't worry about it. Ain't no problem. It's all boils down to the court and the report. The report of the immigration for deportation. If that's removed, my government can't ask me shit. And I'm not going to answer shit. I'm going to try not to answer right now. You know it'll complicate us traveling. I mean, people think, oh, no, it won't. Okay. Then let it go. See what happens. Either way, I'm gone. And I don't want, to be honest, I know you're smarter than they are. And I'm just as smart and equal to you. And I'm asking you, do not assume that the 45 clears everything. It doesn't, honey. I want you to have a brighter future. I want you to do everything that you were doing. You're better than that, sitting around at a farm. You're an engineer, my God. We met in college at 4.0. Most people can't even, when the people that are probably watching this thinking, hey man, I'm going to tell you one thing. All you people that think you're engineers, you have not met Marie. That girl can mathematically run circles around you. Can't with me. I mean, I give her a run for her money. Yeah, but she's pretty fucking smart. So, other than that, Marie, please do the 45 first and wait for my next notification on that, okay? So, because I hope at the end of the day, I'm forcing the issue on the date of departure. Once I get that departure date, gives you enough time to try to secure. We're down to, I think, less than 3 weeks. So if you can achieve the 45 dismissal, then before I leave, because I had to sign an agreement when I'm leaving. There's no around that. I can't. If I avoid that, they will throw me in jail. So please don't. I can't. I'm begging you, don't assume that, I can do this fast. No, this is the Philippines. It's not like how we were in the U.S. and we go into a department, a government official division, and we go in there, request something, it's given and done, all in 5-20 minutes. This is the Philippines. They're going to slow drag us, knowing that between you and I, do the 45 is the first step. If at that time point you have the opportunity, once I get the physical date of removal, compared to the time after 45, which I don't see. I see 45 saying, oh, 2 weeks from now we grant you, we'll entertain, that's the word of the Philippines, we'll entertain the hearing. Honey, even if you get that in 2 weeks, I don't think I have anything beyond 2 weeks for the deportation. In that case, I say, I give you the date, you get the date of the hearing for the removal, I get deported, dip and dodge everybody on the government issue, while I let you handle things on this end. So, in the second video is the benefits that you and I can receive by clearing out this. Moving on, you can move on after you do that and deportation, stuff like that. Yes, relationship-wise, you can move on. I put the past behind. But I tell you this, you and I are millionaires. We can achieve now that I have a better understanding of how business is done locally in the Philippines, and I'm talking about from Samar, Davao, Mindanao, all the way up to Ilocos. I've been there, done it. I see it. I know what's really going on in this country. In knowing that what you were doing, I'm planning a future to become even greater than the normal person, without being seen, without taking the popularity, without being the million likes, the million followers. No, I know Marie. So by saying I know now, if I would have known back then, like old cliche, things could be different. Could have been, but it's not. It's where it is. So I do not want you to stop thinking that mentality of Marie. It's not you. But I can tell you, and if between us, move forward, but move forward with me to become even that much greater. I'm not here to fight you. I'm not here to interrupt your relationship. No, I'm here to probably be the most person that you can rely on, and even knowing you knew that any time that I had a problem, if Marie had a real issue here in this country, and I'm here in this country, I know damn well that you know that you could pick up the phone, go find Angelina and bring him here to protect me. I'm a motherfucker. These motherfuckers would have problems. Ain't nobody gonna touch you. So, who cares if we have a relationship or not? I know I could put my life in Marie's hands, and I know I would be taken care of. And I hope that you understand it, and you probably knew that I would do the same for you. And the arguments of that shit, that's a played out relationship. So, go do the 45. Watch the second video. Do not stop communicating, because it becomes critical once I'm out of this country. And that should happen today. Hopefully I give you a better date and all that stuff after that. Watch next 2 videos.